Hey everyone, welcome to Learn to Write Sci-Fi. My whole goal with this video series is to help you become a self-published sci-fi author. Now today we're going to be talking about reviews on Amazon for your products. Do you need them? Are they important? Are they going to help you at all? Are they worth the time and effort to try to get some reviews yourself? Well, I'm just going to share you my opinions and you kind of go from there, okay? So a month and a half ago, I started using Facebook to poll a bunch of people. I ask, sometimes generic questions, just trying to get as much data as I can, as many people as I can, and it really helps to kind of figure out what's important when you can finally do your own polls, right? A lot of places will sell you data, but it's nice to be able to get some of it on your own for free. So with Facebook, I've been using it, like I say, I'm doing polls. I did a poll specifically on whether or not everybody that answered it, do product reviews affect your decision to purchase a product online? Yes or no? That's it, just yes or no. Out of the 241 responses, 69% overwhelmingly said yes. Now, I personally thought it was going to be higher, 80s, maybe high 80s, but 69% is still way over half, and you're almost at 70%. Which is almost, 7 out of 10 people in the room would have said, yes, it does affect their decision. I have listened to several podcasts where authors have said that, they write different series and stuff, digital short stories, so they're writing a series every couple of weeks. They're putting out a new installment. And they said, sometimes I get bad reviews. Sometimes I get people that are upset with the way that the story's going, or they feel whatever, but my numbers are still high. I'm still getting a lot of page reads. I'm still getting a lot of sales. It's enough for me to still make a living. And it's like, okay, well, I guess it matters, but doesn't matter. One author just laughed flat out and said, reviews to me don't even matter at all. And you could tell the hosts that were interviewing him were like, I don't know, are you sure? And he's like, yeah, they don't matter to him because he was ultimately looking at the numbers of his readers and at the page reads. And if those things are really strong, then it's not a big deal. And in fact, a lot of times you'll look and you'll find products that have like 17,000 reviews and there's like overwhelmingly 5 stars, right, on Amazon. But there's so many products that have just a couple dozen, 5 reviews, sometimes less. And, I've noticed for myself, I do use reviews. I will look at the reviews. I look at the most recent because sometimes products get updated. I found that's a sneaky trick sometimes with Amazon. And I will personally look at reviews. But if I see, I don't usually even check the 1-star reviews anymore because it's usually somebody that's upset where it's like, oh, this isn't what I thought. And they give some weird reason. It's like, I don't even know why you bought this product. It's clearly not that. Or, I ordered it, but the post office lost it. It's like, well, okay, that's not Amazon's fault. So you're leaving a bad review on Amazon. It has nothing to do with them. It has to do with the post office. So when you see enough of those bad reviews over time and it has nothing to do with the product, or it's completely based on Amazon or some other weird factor outside of that, it kind of just degrades the ones to nothing. Now, if you see a whole bunch of ones that are like, this product sucks, this product broke after a couple weeks, or when it comes to stories, I was completely misled, it had nothing to do with the title, had nothing to do with the cover, the writer doesn't know what he's doing, I feel like a 3-year-old wrote this, if you see a bunch of bad reviews like that, probably run. But a lot of the time, I found that when you ask people stuff, a lot of people don't want to. If they really like something, they usually stay quiet. You will run into people who love your product so much they have to tell the world, and they just have to just tell somebody. But most of the time, people will speak up when they're unhappy. So, and a lot of the time, one example. When I was doing YouTube really, really heavily years ago, I would get 1 dislike on my video for every 100 likes. I started tracking it. I started checking it out because I was getting really bummed with the dislikes. And I started realizing that I am getting 100 other people that like this and 1 that dislikes it. Odds are there's even more people who like it that just didn't say anything. And I'm sure there's some who didn't like it as well that just didn't hit dislike. But usually when people don't like something, especially on the internet, they don't have very many hindrances to say something. Sometimes, yeah, most people will probably just walk away. But there seems to be a lot of people who want to be heard and want to be loud about how much they don't like something or they feel ripped off. But how many people like it and just don't say anything? So overall, I would say don't worry about the reviews in the beginning. Yes, I do believe reviews help. I think it helps legitimize your product. I think if you can get 10 to 20 reviews, if most of those are positive, are like 4 and 5 stars, I think it makes your product look legitimate and makes it look better. Personally, I do. Based on my view as a consumer. With that said, you know, it's going to be difficult in the beginning because you don't really have any readers, right? So what I started to do when I was first getting going, I made a deal with some people. I said, look, you know, I want to write these stories. I'm working on them. I'm looking for people to read them. And, you know, they're like, oh, yeah, sure. You know, I had a handful of people that were really excited. And I was like, well, would you mind doing a review after you read it? And I want it to be honest. I don't want you to sway it just because you know me. I want you to answer it as if, you know, you bought it yourself and you don't know me. I want it to be honest. And you're like, yeah, sure. So I had several people. What I would do is I would send them the story. Once I knew they read it, I'd ask them a couple of questions about it. Once I knew the story went live and was on Amazon, I would then just, after we were all done, I knew they read it and everything, I would send them the link and say, you know, would you mind, just as a friendly reminder, would you mind leaving a review, honest review? I mean, 9.5 times out of 10, they would do it. Every one of them. And it was great. It, you know, gives you a couple in the beginning. It wasn't as many as I would have liked, but the other thing you'll find when you start trying to get readers, even people you're just giving this stuff away for free and you just want to pick their brain after they're done reading, is that a lot of people get consumed with just being busy with life and they just forget. So as you're building that initial audience, I think those reviews do help. Once you have like an actual, true, honest fan base, those people will rave about you just because, or they actually will read it and give honest reviews anyway. But I mean, you'll just have people who want to talk about it, who want to tell others, who want to get other people excited, who want to support you because they don't want you to stop telling this story, which is the best case scenario, is this group of people who follow you, who just gobble up all the different stuff you do, and they want to keep supporting you. You know, yeah, they might speak up if you made a mistake here and there, or they're not as excited about where the direction, but you can fix that. But it would be great to have those people around you because it helps you so much and it helps you stay motivated as well. So it does work. Some people can leave, you could leave like the last page in your book. You could thank them for reading, and then you could also say, well, it'd be great if you could just leave an honest review on Amazon. I don't think there's any shame in that. People are used to that. From YouTube videos, from Facebook videos, from blogs, share this with your friends, like it, tweet about it, all those kinds of things, subscribe. I mean, people are used to that kind of stuff now with social media, that I don't think it's really absurd or offensive to put that at the end of a book, especially, they bought it. They don't have to read the last page. They don't have to do it. They don't have to leave your review, period. So I don't think it's a big deal to do it. As long as you're not, offensive about it or really aggressive, just like, hey, if you really like the story, I'd love to hear about it. You can email me or you can leave a review on Amazon. It'd be great. So anyway, that's kind of just how I feel. Take it or leave it. Some authors are really gung-ho about them. I think that they are important, but I wouldn't lose my hat over it because I like this hat. And then I don't think that they're the be-all, end-all. All right? So if you want to follow us on Facebook, it is Learn to Write Sci-Fi. We got a whole bunch more videos coming up. And then also on YouTube, it is White Light Media. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys all tomorrow.